Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Having crawled back into economic growth in the second quarter of 2017, the federal government of Nigeria has continuously ensured the need to make the country as attractive and lucrative as possible.
Thus, the need for offshore investors to bring their capital, skills, and trade into the country becoming necessary.
Well, the question is, what are the investment opportunities in the country, both for citizens and foreigners and people investing from the foreign sphere? So to join us to discuss this and other things about investment opportunity in Nigeria is Daniel Okeleke, an investment banker and a public affairs analyst.
But first, let's take a look at this report.
Investing money is a great source of making passive income. There are many investment opportunities in Nigeria. With a population estimated to be 190 million people, this suggests that a massive potential workforce as well as a consumer base do exist in Nigeria. For a manufacturer, it is an ideal scenario for potential customers and also potential employees. As the federal government continues to make the country more attractive and lucrative, investment opportunities are gradually increasing with progressive economic growth.
Right, we're going straight to you now and talking about investment opportunities. I mean, what's been the capital inflow like into Nigeria based on your antecedents as an investment banker? How's it looked?
It's been slow. It's not been as expected due to some things that are happening across the country. It's not been as expected. If you consider what happened in early 2000s and now, you'll see there's a big difference between the capital inflows at then and what we have at the moment.
What are the factors you're referring to, just to be clear?
One big factor there is the security situation, security factor. No investor will want to invest in any area or any country where you are not very comfortable with the security. Yes, it is evident that risk is the price you pay for opportunity, but yet you take calculated risk. And to that effect, people are looking out for where they call investment heaven for their investment.
I mean, when people keep talking about security, I get really frazzled and I get upset. Why? I was in New York, 2017, December. I was walking through a street, just the next street close to me, there was a big shootout. Big shootout between two gangs. New York, high investment area. And South Africa the other day, in Joburg from 7 p.m., I'm not talking Santon, from 7 p.m., you dare not walk around, you'll be mugged. South Africa says one of the highest investments. So, I mean, is that we're not selling ourselves enough? Because let's talk about investment and security. If you're good enough, people will come.
Yes. We are not selling ourselves enough. It's another factor. Yes, we have a security problem, but yet we are not selling ourselves as we ought to. There are investment opportunities everywhere that we need to harness. And it feels like we are not harnessing it the way we ought to. Well, you could say partly the situation, security-wise, and governance. So these two things, I think they are affecting what is happening.
Would you say government policies align with government ambitions when it comes to attracting investors? Some people have highlighted policies, lack of policies, but there are those who will argue, and this administration will argue, they have the perfect plan in the economic recovery and growth plan.
Yeah.
What is your take? When you say governance, does that buy into this argument of government policies?
Government policies, one, poor implementation in most cases, two. When government makes policies, it is incumbent on them to ensure that these policies are implemented. When there is no political will or so to implement such policies, it dies naturally. And that has affected most of the things we are seeing right now.
I mean, what are some of those policies you feel that because government has not implemented has caused investors not to come in and look at us?
Okay. I'll look at it this way. the capital market is one of the best ways to grow an economy. And some policies that has to do with the market has not been implemented. And when you look at the capital market as, like I said, a big builder of the economy, and you see the kind of resources you can harness from the market, and such direction, no one looks in that direction, you find out that, we are allowing like a very big elephant to sleep. We are allowing the big elephant to sleep. Now, the capital market has the capacity to build small and medium-scale industries. These SMEs, a lot of them are currently in need of as low as 20 million to take off.
$20 million or
20 million
naira
to take off.
Okay.
And you find out that because the interest rate in bank is not as friendly, these SMEs slows down, or in most cases, they die naturally. If there's a platform that allows these SMEs to access funds from the market, they will grow. And look at it this way. The SMEs, they are the major employers of labor anywhere in the world.
But a lot of people will tell you that the Bank of Industry does single-digit interest rate. The CBN also has schemes like the Anchor Borrowers Program. They're constantly lending to businesses. They are development funds. Like, take, for instance, there's a GIZ that is everywhere. There is Lagos State Employment Trust Fund that's doing single-digit interest rates. Is it that the SMEs are not getting information enough?
How are these funds being accessed? How easy is it to access these funds? I have been a victim. I've tried to access funds from the BOI at a point, and I knew I met some roadblocks. And a couple
what
of these...
What roadblocks did you meet?
A lot of things are expected to be presented, get this. And you look at, if you have a business plan that demands urgency, before you get to this route, you find out you're making losses. So what happens is that either you drop the idea or you look for a quick source of finance, which in most cases is a cut throat, in the sense that you have interest rates that you are not able to deliver value in what you're doing. So what I believe the capital market can do, or what we expect from the market, is this market will be able to provide cheap funds, cheap, accessible funds to these SMEs at a no interest rate. You get the funds, you are not going to pay back with interest. You are allowed to roll with the funds for as long as, within 2-3 years, you should be able to return some dividends to the investors. And that is all required of you. So it's a long leverage for any business owner.
How do you give somebody funds in this country where you don't have adequate mapping system and adequate geolocationing and positioning system? Somebody might go to the capital market, get money, and run away. Money is not free. And I'm sure as an investment banker, you know money is expensive.
Yeah, there's cost of capital, yes. Yes, we've had issues in the past where some people collected funds and they looked. But such can't happen again. There is technology. It's easy to locate anyone in the world now, and due diligence is often performed on anyone coming to the market to access funds. Now, if you are able to pass this due diligence and you are approved, there's a stage, there's a process. The criteria you must meet. You must have run your organization for like a period of 3 to 5 years. You must have a proper account. You have a designated office. You have a certain number of employees. So at this point, it makes it difficult for you to want to live with the funds.
I'm just looking at the recent statistics by the NBS on capital inflows and a breakdown of it. Lagos State, by destination of investment, emerged the top destination for capital investment in Nigeria, and it accounted for about 56.25% of the total inflows. Can this be replicated elsewhere in other states? Where do you see the potentials in 30 seconds?
Yeah, it could be replicated. Port Harcourt is a good investment destination. Aba is a good investment destination. Lagos has an edge because of one, the population. Whatever you want to sell in Lagos is easy to sell. So because of that, any good producer or manufacturer wants, first of all, to hit the Lagos market. And if you want to invest, you want an investment destination that you will sell your product. So that is why you have such influence in Lagos.
I'd like to say a big thank you so much for coming and for talking to us about this.
Mr. Okeleke, thank you so much. And Rufai, we have to go.
Oh, yeah?
That brings us to the end of the show. I am Adesua Moran.
And I'm Rufai Oseni.
Thank you for watching.